You made a very good choice clicking on this video. Let's do a special, meanwhile, it's my annual VillainCon video. VillainCon 25. And ask and you shall receive. Space is on the agenda. And funny story, give me a second. I got the funniest thing from Hammerhead. Hammerhead doesn't usually get my humor, but this is one of the funniest things I've ever read. He's being shipped off to the Sahara Desert, and I'm gonna be in space. So I'm gonna make a point of looking at the Sahara Desert while I'm in space. I cannot wait to get into VillainCon this year because things are date specific. I'm releasing this to you now, somewhere early in November, but late November, early December, and early January. Those are the times when you need to watch out. But we'll get into it in the nitty-gritty of this VillainCon video because it's jam-packed. As usual, 5 days of content that you are gonna soak up and you are gonna learn some things about what's going on in the world around you. Have fun. See you at the end. And hear me, right? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this never made it to the light of day and you are not hearing this. Although if you are, good news. We are not in the worst possible timeline by the time you hear this. Although, that means I have done a lot of work this week. Welcome to VillainCon 25, and things have spiraled out of my control already. This is day one. Have you heard of 3I Atlas, the interstellar object that is flying through our solar system at the moment? I've heard of it, and the Resistance of Justice Society have heard of it. They have made a play for the library. That's what that rock is. It's not just some random comet that's flying through our solar system like the scientists are trying to teach you to believe. But I trust scientists about as far as I can throw them. And you know me, I had to figure this out for myself because VillainCon is coming up and those people kind of expect me to do this because Hammerhead's not going to do it. Speaking of Hammerhead, Hammerhead has been shipped off to the desert. You're asking, why would a shark be shipped off to the desert? Excellent question. It's a clerical error, but we don't have time to get into that right now. We need to talk about 3I Atlas because time is of the essence. We at VillainCon this year need to secure the access to 3I Atlas. It's a almost B note. I think it's somewhere around, let's get to it later in the week. I won't give you the full details of the frequency just yet. Let's try that whole keep you around to the end of the video thing because honestly, we need to figure this out together. I'm not going to be able to do it on my own. If I'm just talking to the VillainCon people without you involved, then they aren't going to get it. They aren't going to understand the urgency of the situation. That civilization that created 3I Atlas many millions of light years ago, they knew the urgency. And it's urgent now. We need to get to it. We literally need to talk about it this very second. But we won't, because this is day one. Let's wait until day 2, 3, 4, 5. There's loads of days to go. Let's not rush. Welcome to VillainCon 25. I hope you see the end of this video. Is this a B flat? Are you sure? Agree to disagree. Oh, you did stick around. Well, if I can't scare you away with prophecy, why don't I attempt to bore you away with facts? Because this video is not for everybody. I was trying to be nice about it, but some of you need to be left in the dust. The way we're going to do that is by saturating the video with some real facts. Do you know that the sun rings like a bell at 3 millihertz? If you extrapolate that up into our terms, it is in harmony with the almost B. I've told you about the almost B, right? 3I Atlas, the interstellar object, is coming from the Virgo constellation. I was born in the Virgo constellation, At VillainCon, they have this theory that I'm not quite subscribed to, but it does make sense. Consciousness works the way that energy works in our universe. It's conserved, it's not destroyed, it's transferred. And so when something dies, because everything dies, the conscious energy gets transferred. So I was born in the Virgo sky. I am harmonizing in the tune of Virgo, which happens to be the almost be 118 hertz. 3i Atlas, the interstellar object, comes from the Virgo constellation, millions of light years. It has been traveling towards our position that we see it in now, in our current life cycle. That's how time works. Let's not get into it. But 3i Atlas is a library of information. Information that, if it were to get into the wrong hands, let's say the Resistance of Justice Society, things would end up bad for you. And not you. You are the one that I want to stick around. Those that I'm hoping to chap away in this process, because day 4 is where the almost be rings true. Where the sun and the almost be as a harmonic note work as a triad. If you've studied music, you would understand that the third peg, being me, simply has to resonate in the right key. And I've obviously uncovered the almost be, but you know what's left. See you tomorrow. If your intuition is telling you that I seem a bit off today, day 3, trust that intuition, but also stay out of my mind. I'm not down because of the correspondence that Hammerhead sent, which would melt the heart of even the blackest of souls. I don't care about that. And I quite frankly don't even care about the fact that I haven't cracked the almost be entry to 3i Atlas yet, which I assumed was going to be easy now that I know the almost be, but apparently there's the oscillating frequency hertz that I also need to add, which somewhere around 6 or 7. We'll figure it out tomorrow. Today we need to talk about the explosions in the room. And if you are happy to accept that perhaps I'm filming this on the 5th of November, Guy Fawkes Day, then I'm happy to accept that as well. And perhaps tomorrow I will come in fresh as a daisy with some ideas of how to turn this situation around, because solar flares are no fun, are they? Anyway, enjoy the fireworks. Almost be sounds good, right? Gives you the tingles. Yeah, well, we don't have time to explain what those tingles are. We need to talk about how you connect with 3i Atlas. You weren't chaffed away as I thought you would. You were one of the ones that I thought was going to get chaffed away. And yet you're still here. You know, remote viewing, right? I was having a discussion with somebody about remote viewing the other day, and they said, well, if you can do remote viewing, because I can, they said, why don't you just tell me what's in the room I'm in right now? And I said, well, that's not remote viewing, that's a camera system. Remote viewing is a feeling. You get the shards of the information in conscious form, and then you can sometimes, if you are the type of person like me who can connect with certain things, then you can connect with those shards and then you can understand the conscious meaning. And for instance, if you are looking at a location in time, which is what remote viewing is, you will get feelings of things that belong to that moment. Like if you're looking at a dockside town, you'd get the smell of the fish, you'd hear the anchors and the water sloshing, and that feeling would tell you where you are, and you'd look deeper in your mind to get those memories from however the acoustic records work into your own mind, and then you can write down and understand how this picture forms. But it's not a picture like a screenshot of the place, it's not a video recording. That's not how remote viewing works. And Similarly, connecting to 3i Atlas, all you have to do is get the right frequency. It's an almost B, somewhere around there. I'm sure you will learn it soon when you start doing binaural beats for yourself. Tomorrow, we're gonna wrap up this entire thing because of December is when the fireworks happen, and we haven't even talked about Halloween this year, have we? No, not yet, because I don't think you're ready to hear what is coming. Solar flares, absolutely no fun at all, are they? Honestly, nobody does an after party like a VillainCon after party. But before I get back to the party, let me close off this week of VillainCon videos, because you have been waiting for a revelation. Unfortunately, that revelation happened, and it's not for you. I know, we were trying to chaff you away and you were trying your best to stay around, and I said, if you stay around, we're gonna teach you something, and now, I don't want to teach you anything. Me, I'd love to teach you something, but I'm under the rules of VillainCon, and apparently now that we know what 3i Atlas has told us, the library has told us and not told the Resistance of Justice Society, we can't tell you. It's gonna be a secret. But here's the fun part, right? It's a secret for now. When are you watching this? You know, I've been talking about the future. Halloween this year. Christmas this year. The of December. The 1st of January next year. I've been thinking about those days because I haven't told you yet what's gonna happen, because VillainCon, unfortunately for me, is about time travel. And I've looked ahead and I've backed away slowly and come back to you and said, good luck, friend. Thanks for watching. This needs to be the end of VillainCon 25. Hopefully, see you next year. Well, I had no idea that that date was redacted. I know what I said, but I wasn't aware that you are not allowed knowing what I just said. Interesting, because it's coming up soon. I forgot to freaking look out for Hammerhead. What's been going on? Can somebody remind me? I actually need to look out because he said something about his oxygen levels, and that was like a week and a half ago. But it doesn't matter because this is now an end screen. You've reached the end of the video. Was it good? Our VillainCon videos are usually good. And don't end your journey here. There's more you can do. Hit subscribe down below. And then when you are ready to continue that journey, hit the linked video up above. See you soon.